Life-Changing Cheesecake by Miranda Jonte. Some people like ricotta. Some infuse it with a bit of lemon when they do the ricotta. Ricotta makes it lighter, but why? Cheesecake isn't light. Are you kidding? When has anyone ever thought of cheesecake and not thought of the weight of a brick? That's the beauty of it. That is cheesecake. You might say I'm being myopic, that I'm being New York centric, and I get that. I really do. I had a boyfriend who proclaimed far more confidently than he had any right to that Hershey chocolate was the best. You might say I'm being a snob, but I'm not. I mean, he'd never been out of the country or out of his home state. And that is not to say that something in your own backyard can't not be the best thing of a thing, but he hadn't tasted the thick, dark, hot chocolate of Milan. It's so dense, your spoon stands straight up, sipping chocolate. The richness of just a sliver of Austrian Zuckertorte with coffee, Brigadeiro from Brazil. South American chocolate is another world. Bake a pan of brownies with Callebaut. Try, taste, explore, adventure, and then judge. Hershey? I was sitting with my mom and Saul's on Shattuck in Berkeley. We'd go there a lot when I was little. She was from New Jersey and loved New York. And Saul's, as you can guess, was and still is a Jewish deli. It's overpriced now, and everything is. And I didn't understand kosher pickles. I liked pickles that were regular dill pickles, but we loved going there. We never got dessert because the sandwiches, the matzo ball soup were so filling, and we drink one of the many sodas on option from Doc Brown's or a New York seltzer. Oh, she had me try an egg cream once. Glad I tried it, not for me. After we got full, we'd go from Saul's to a Fika Man on Claremont. It's all Judaica, and after my mom looked there, we'd go to Dark Carnival, just a few doors down. It's sci-fi, horror, mystery, one of the best bookstores for these genres that you will ever find. Always shop local. I'd get a book. My favorites were always in the used section, and after about an hour, we'd go to Zelda's. Zelda's was just around the corner on Woolsey. There were a bakery that had the best hamantaschen I ever had. You could taste the butter in the cookie, and their poppy seed hamantaschen started riots when they ran low at the line out the door at 3 p.m. on Fridays. Zelda was from Brooklyn, Sheepshead Bay, and she and her family started Zelda's when she was in her 20s. Mom, Dad, her Aunt Rose was open for 50 years. She raised her family there. After Mom and I killed an hour, we'd get 2 slices of cheesecake from Zelda's, one for her, one for me, and we'd sit on the faded blue wooden bench outside the bakery, holding those heavy, dense pieces in our hands, with the stiff tissue paper fluttering. They used cream cheese, full fat, and sour cream. Cheesecake. New York style cheesecake. Okay. I remember my mom and dad coming back from a trip to Oregon once, and they'd gone to Medford. Harry and David is in Medford. You know, Harry and David, the gift basket, the pears for Christmas. They have cheesecake. Good cheesecake. And Mom and Dad told me when they got back that they'd gotten one of their cheesecakes, and when they got to where they were going, they had no utensils. Nothing. So they used their hands. 30 years later, that story still tickles me. I think they arrived late at their motel, and even the clerk left after they got their key. Anyway, they used their hands because cheesecake. I went to France at 23 to study pastry. Lyon. Institut Paul Bocuse. We were encouraged to innovate. I can spin sugar into Dutch windmills, flying geese. My croquembouche is to die for. And croissants, those are tough. Laminating dough, yeah, mine are good, not great. Marco's are great. My second year in France, I put together a cheesecake tour for myself. Basque cheesecake is airy and burnt on purpose. Cernik cheesecake, Polish, uses a curd cheese. Fiadoni is made with sheep or goat cheese. Sweden's got an almond flavor known as uscaca. And Portugal has a pudim de queijo that's more like a flan than anything. Oh, Mom loves flan. When I graduated Institut Paul Bocuse, I traveled further, Japan, Turkey, Greece. I tried them all. I appreciated all of them. I even loved them, but I kept coming back to New York cheesecake. I'm living in Europe by now, and every time I've tried my cheesecake, it doesn't work because the cream cheese here is not like it is in the States. So I decided to make my own. Yeah, I hit creamery after creamery, and there was Marco. Sounds like a beautiful Italian man with a thick accent, thicker hair, and eyes the color of almonds, olive skin, doesn't it? Marco is Italian, and his accent is pure Philly, thicker when he gets excited. He's excitable. He's got zero hair on his head, and he was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen. He went to ICU, Italian Culinary Institute. His family had sent him, which was great, but a little baffling. They run the sleeper hit cheesecake store in Philly. Forget Pat's, forget Gino's. Marco's family is the place where the locals go. Best kept underground secret in the tri-state. They don't need publicity. They do just fine. And they sent him to ICU. He's making ossobuco alla Milanese, and I'm hunting cheesecake. Our first date was gelato and statues and a fountain and a cobblestone street and a hill town in Pienza. Second date was a long lunch with Ligurian seafood stew and cacio e pepe, and he didn't critique the food once or even examine it. I love this about him. He just enjoys. When he proposed, he made maritozzi. It's a sober bun of sweetened bread filled with whipped cream, real whipped cream. Maritozzi is the plural of marito. It means husband. He's not a pastry chef, by the way. He's just wired to make beautiful, delicious food, and that's how and why his croissants are better than mine. He's got a gift. When he met my mom in Berkeley, he made her azimi dolce. It's an unleavened bread, a Venetian Passover staple, a crunchy biscuit flavored with fennel seeds. My mom's Jewish heart was so happy. Our wedding cake was actually a cheesecake buffet from all the places I traveled when I was in school. For all his training and knowledge in the world of Italian cuisine, he keeps coming back to the Philly cheesesteak. I wanted to call a C&C food factory, but that was vetoed pretty quickly by everyone. So we're Steve and Marco's. Cheesesteaks and cheesecakes, New York style, with Philadelphia cream cheese, of course. Sundays I make one with panna cotta for his nonna. My favorite thing in the world is to watch first-timers take a taste of their cheesecake when they visit us. They close their eyes and exhale, and I see them feel the tang on the sides of their tongue. And when they open their eyes, there's more there than there was before. Their eyes are brighter and darker, their cheeks are pinker, and they're lighter in their bodies. This is changing my life, they say. I can see my husband outside laughing, handing out samples in stiff tissue paper that flutters in the breeze. His apron is a story of beefsteak and cheese. On the wall across from the glass counter is a photo in a wood frame. It's Zelda's, with me and my mom standing in front right before we bite into our slices of cheesecake. We're grinning. It can if you let it, I say.